Hello and welcome everyone to episode 7 of the Phish Tank. Today we are joined by Mitch Jones, one of Twitch's earliest partners, with the platform being called Justin TV at the time. He started off focusing on streaming World of Warcraft and earned the title of rank number 1 in player versus player combat. Later he started looking into IRL content and found that his viewers enjoy the content just as much, if not more. He also recently put out multiple music projects, collabing with many artists, performing live both on and off Twitch. Mitch, welcome to the podcast. We do this with every one of our guests that join us on the podcast. Please, Mitch, fuck, marry, kill me, Louis Twobold.
Go.
Oh, damn, we're starting like that. I don't know Twobold yet, so I guess I'll just kill him because I don't.
My heart. Before you even know me, you'll just kill me? I feel like I could be like plus or minus and like an unknown variable and you just instantly kill me off, man.
Well, if you think about it, I have no emotional attachment yet, so it's easier to kill you now before I do. You know what I mean?
That's
Okay,
true.
no, that's fair. That's a logical approach.
Like, fuck, I'm gonna... Oh, this is hard.
So am I.
I guess I'm gonna fuck Louis because that would be a nice fuck. And then I'm gonna marry Phish because he seems like an easy guy day to day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You seem like a guy where you could just like we could just not talk some days and then we could talk other days and it would be like, you know, we would just respect each other's space and you would stream and that's what I got. I don't know.
I'm gonna
And
cry.
plus, I believe
I'm
it
gonna
that a lot
cry.
of people go off of the fucking whoever would be the better fuck, but once we're married, we can establish that fucking and learn what each other likes eventually, and then we turn
We're
that
starting
into
this
something really
podcast
good
episode
over
off real
time.
strong, man. Like,
That
real
is true.
strong.
That is true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. All right, so Mitch, welcome to the podcast. We wanted to, this is what Louis and I were talking about most, we kind of wanted to go over like a timeline of Twitch, because you've been there since day one.
Literally
like I said.
day one, basically.
Literally, since it was called Justin TV. I guess let's start personally with you. Like, what made you want to go onto this live streaming platform? Was it just the idea of you like going live to viewers, playing a video game or whatever at the time? What was it?
Yeah, I actually streamed on Xfire before Twitch ever existed, before Justin TV as well.
Holy shit!
What is
You're an old school
Xfire?
streamer.
It was a place where nerds just like showed their gameplay in like 160p pretty much. Yeah, and I was like really good at WoW, so I just like wanted to show people like my 3v3 arena gameplay. I didn't have a cam or a mic. It was just gameplay, and I actually got like 200 to like 300 viewers doing that, even before I used like a mic or anything. And that was just because my name, I guess, carried some weight in WoW because I was like good at the game or something. So I started as a nerd pretty much. I just wanted to show people how good I was at WoW. I had no interest in showing my face or talking. I just wanted to show my gameplay.
So without even having a following on like a live streaming platform, people already knew about you and then they knew like follow you.
Yeah, pretty well. It was like Xfire was known for where you could go and watch like high-rated gameplay of any game. Like CS:GO had it, like a lot of games had it, right? And WoW was like one of the biggest games at the time. This was like 2010 or so, I'd say 2009 maybe. And yeah, I don't know. People would just like look for good streams with good gameplay in WoW, and like I was like one of the ones that had like pretty much what they were looking for. And it was like me, Soda Pop, and also streamed on there too back then. And yeah, like I've known Soda since those days, like 10 years.
Is that how you guys became friends, like through Xfire or through WoW?
Yeah, through WoW, yeah. Me and NMP as well. Like, NMP was like Soda's boy. Like, we all became friends through like Xfire, WoW. Like, we were all just nerds that were at the top rating of a video game, pretty much.
What did you play in World of Warcraft that people came to look for? What was your main character?
Yeah, I played a mage, and like I just specialized in like RMP. It's like a comp you can play in that game. It's like Rogue, Mage, Priest, 3v3 Arena is like what I did.
And then making the jump from like Xfire to Justin TV/Twitch, like what was that like? Like, did you see like a huge influx of like people or?
In Justin TV, it wasn't actually Justin TV was pretty dead back then, so it was actually like Xfire. Actually, I think I got like around the same viewership on Xfire, if not more on Xfire, because people knew to expect me there. There was a website called Arena Junkies back in the day where you could like put your stream up on that site, and like that site got a lot of traffic from WoW players because they were like learning to play the game or whatever. So I think when Justin TV first came out, when it switched to Twitch, I remember getting a lot of traffic through Arena Junkies, like the website.
You've seen like basically everybody that is big, or even like now they're dead channels or they could be thriving channels. You've seen everybody like starting off. What was that like being a part of that history of Twitch? It's just crazy to me.
Yeah, on the Blizzard side of gaming, I really know everyone and all of their stories. I even know most of the IRL streamers' stories and like know them all pretty personally. I'm not too like big, like I don't know like League players and like players like that very much, but yeah, pretty much I've seen it all from like, the first streamer that ever like blew up on Twitch in WoW and in general was Reckful actually, and then Soda Poppin blew up shortly after that on Twitch through actually like crazy antics. I don't know if you guys know, like old Soda was fucking crazy. Like he was insane. Like you should watch some old VODs from back then of Soda. You would not even recognize the dude. It was like he was just absolutely like crazy. Like
Was he doing like IRL content, like what's sort of happening now, or just like?
yeah, he would do IRL content like while playing WoW, and he would just like eat ghost peppers, shave his head, have a bunch of chicks coming over. Like his whole story was just, and while he was playing WoW, he would have this happening, and it was like people loved old Soda Poppin', man, and like that was like the big wave back then in like 2013, I'd say. But yeah, the first big gameplay streamer to ever blow up was like 2012 Reckful, honestly. Like that was like he would just play arenas and people fucked with it really hard.
What do you think it was that like made them blow up?
Well, with Byron or Reckful, it was his gameplay was just like he was like famous in World of Warcraft before he was even famous on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like everyone knew his name in WoW. Like it was like he was the best rogue to ever play the game, right? And then when he started streaming, people just knew it, and he immediately had like thousands of viewers, like on his first stream ever. You know what I mean?
Holy shit!
Yeah, like he immediately had thousands on his. I remember it was funny because I was streaming at the time pretty consistently, and I had like 700 viewers, and then he just streamed and like immediately passed me, and I was like, "What the fuck, man?" And I was like, it was funny, yeah. But I do remember those days.
That's Tubald now. Tubald's blowing up right now. He's about to pass Phish in viewers.
Hell yeah, brother.
I mean, I wish, man.
Yeah, just don't kill each other, yeah.
Oh no, never. I'm only here because of Phish, pretty much.
Yeah, you know that,
kinda
right? Like
got by.
Phish basically started all of our Twitch careers like through his YouTube and stuff like that. Is pretty amazing.
Through a lot of convincing though. Through a lot of just being like,
I
"When you
didn't
guys
even
go
want to
fucking
stream.
live?"
Yeah, I didn't even want to stream, and like it took like multiple months of people being like, "We want to see you stream. We want to see you stream." I'm like, all right, fine. Before I finally did it.
Oh,
Yeah, I like it now too, but like in the beginning, I had a different job entirely, and I kind of just did it like when I got off of work, I would like stream for a couple hours, and I'd be like, I'm too tired for this, I can't go on. I don't even know how people stream for like 12 hours. It's crazy. And now I'm doing like 6 to 8 hour streams. I'm like, okay, I get it now. It's like a different type of muscle set you got to kind of build on.
Yeah,
Takes a
for
lot
sure.
out of you, man.
Oh, it definitely does. Yeah, 100%.
I don't know about any WoW binges you must have gone about. What was your longest stream like? Do you have fond memories of it, or you're just like, oh yeah, this is the day I went crazy?
Yeah. Do you know who Sea-Doo is? He's like another WoW streamer. Do any of you guys know who that is?
No.
Okay, well, he's like one of the most OG WoW streamers ever. I love Sea-Doo. He's like he gets like probably like, I don't know, 1,000 to 3,000 viewers. He still plays WoW to this day. But back in the day, I did like a 30-hour stream with him. Like we were just like vibing together. We were both like seeing who could stream longer and who would end their stream first. And like by the end of like 25 hours, this dude had a full ass like wet towel on his fucking head, just like, and I remember I was chilling in my boxers, literally in my boxers. Like that's how Twitch was back then. Like I was
they didn't care. Nobody cared.
Nobody gave a shit, man. Like everybody said like the worst, cruelest shit ever, and nobody ever got banned back then. Like it was gaming, man. Like everyone was just saying stupid shit all the time. Like and like nowadays Twitch is a lot different, right? Like you got to watch like how you everything you say pretty
So
much.
what did chat look like back then? Like, was it just like single, like, because emotes weren't as big then?
Yeah, were there even
back then.
emotes?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, emotes were like Kappa was still kind of like used a lot back then. Like Bible thump was used a lot back then. Yeah, like basically just like standard emotes like that. But pretty much chat just looked like normal. It was just like people would type being like, "Hey, how are you?" You know what I mean? And it was just like chat was like it would move fast, but it would only move fast when you were gaming, and people were like LOL like and like XD and stuff like that would be spammed. It's like ha,
W and L.
LOL. You know, just like standard texting shit. Like that was what was chat looked like back then.
it's interesting.
Because I know
Wild
that
concept.
that YouTube has a very different. I heard this from Ludwig, is that since he moved over to YouTube, there's like chat works that apparently. Twitch, okay, so Twitch has this thing where it'll send a bunch of influx of messages, then pause the chat for a second so you can read it in case they have a fast chat, and then it would move on. But with YouTube, it's literally just like in real time. So a message gets sent, and then it gets all the other messages get sent in real time, and then it'll go up on the chat.
Yeah.
So it's very. Was Twitch always like that, and they like pause their influx of messages and then move up?
Yeah, Twitch kind of just got crazier over time. You know what I mean? Like it's like as time went on, like the chat got more and more young and like more like it became like a what do you call that? Like it became like the cool thing to do to just be like a spammer in the chat. You know what I mean? And then now it's like a mosh pit of like people that are just fighting to get like like their name on the fucking screen or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of funny. I mean, I've never even watched a YouTube stream. I'm being honest.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it doesn't pause. It just.
Dude, I don't even know
Like
where
on-
to find YouTube
Wait,
streams.
that's not true. I have seen that. I watched Ice Poseidon on YouTube once.
I still think YouTube is like the craziest stream-wise platform. Like, I try to find like more people to watch like game-wise. I can't find shit, man. I find like 5 people in like one game, and I'm like, there's got to be more. Like, there can't
Yeah, on
only
YouTube,
be
yeah.
5 people. I don't know what
Yeah,
YouTube's
YouTube
doing.
is just dead, which is surprising because like I think they had if they did that like if they had a better user interface, I think they had a chance at competing with Twitch years ago, to be honest with you. But they just like I just don't think Google and YouTube have the right team or really have people that are passionate about it or care about it. Like that's what I think because I mean YouTube is already the biggest like video platform in the world, right? So it's like I don't know. I feel like they just like I just feel like if they had a good team, they could have competed with Twitch. Is all I'm saying.
So you don't think that there's still hope with like all the streamers that they're buying over from Twitch?
I mean, there definitely is still hope, but the more time that goes on, the more Twitch kind of monopolizes the game. So unless Twitch makes like major mistakes and loses its like fan base, then I don't see it switching over or even getting close anytime soon. You know what I mean? But the thing is with Twitch viewers is a lot of it is kind of a bubble. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you got that like beehive bubble to go to another platform with all of the big streamers, it would put a dent in Twitch's viewer base. Because like a lot of the way Twitch was built was through like other people bringing their YouTube audience to Twitch, etc. Right? And then like there's not many just like normal like I'd say it's like 50-50, right? Like normal viewers and then there's like the beehive, like LSF, like the viewers that are just obsessed with Twitch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you took those viewers, that 50%, and moved them to YouTube, I think that would do a major dent in Twitch. But I don't think it's possible unless they like really fix their user interface.
If they got like a whole org, like if suppose they like bought all of OTK to stream on YouTube, it would
For
definitely.
every LSF streamer to go to YouTube, and then they also change their user interface to be similar to Twitch, where like it's not too big of a change or whatever, then yeah, I think it would put a major dent in Twitch, to be honest with you, because I don't think Twitch gets that like crazy amount of like organic like views. It's a lot of the same
No.
viewers coming back every day. You know what I mean?
It's almost insane on YouTube. I was also gonna bring this up is like you like and a bunch of these early streamers that you were saying like Soda Pop and Ice and all of these people, they kind of grew through Twitch, whereas now you have to grow your channel through like TikTok or YouTube or other sort of things and bring those viewers into Twitch unless you're kind of like brought in by like Miz or
Well, I think the only way to get like not the only way, but the way to get big fast on Twitch is through LSF. Like I mean, it's just fact. Like I mean, the LSF viewers are they're very opinionated, but they're very loyal viewers. You know what I mean?
And just for the YouTube, the LSF is a Reddit on Reddit.com. It's called Livestream Fails, where they kind of track all of these like weird. It's not even just fails. I think it's very rarely fails. It's just like moments that happen on Twitch on these people's streams. And
Yeah, they used to be known as the plebs, bro. Before LSF, they used to be known as the plebs. Like it's just a group of like viewers that just are obsessed with Twitch and they love the drama, they love the juice, they love all of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, you're right. To make it on Twitch nowadays, like naturally, organically, through just being a good gamer, whatever. Yeah, you do need to break viewers in elsewhere, or you need to be like you don't need help from anyone in the LSF bubble. You more so just need to attract that audience through like antics, like being fucking really out there, really crazy, like really like just different and unique. And I don't know, they kind of like that like autism type viewers, like or autism type content. You know what I mean? Where it's like like that sporadic, crazy, you don't know what's gonna happen next, crazy drama. Like they like that ADHD high, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not just like they don't want to watch someone play a game. Like they'll probably watch Shroud if they want to get good at a shooter, but they really want to watch Shroud and XQC together. You know what I mean? Like it's like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's just this specific viewer base as well. Like
yeah, but that specific viewer base is a huge like role on Twitch. Like I'd say like 60% of like Twitch. Like
and it's also those are the viewers that like really know how to use Twitch and make a chat like what a Twitch chat should be.
Once you get that core of those like spammers, then the normal people that come in are like, oh, this shit's popping, I'm gonna watch it for a second. You know what I mean? It's like you kind of build on that foundation, but you need the foundation of the autismo, or else you can't build from there. Like it's like that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, no, because I guess an example of something that kind of went south, or not south with that, but like that didn't go according to plan, was that one of our friends, I guess I'll name drop him, is Questron, and not that like people hated him for it, but he made it onto LSF. He played Overwatch, and what he did is that he created this whole, I guess, animation through OBS.
That OBS is really crazy. I'll show it to you later.
Yeah, literally, like what it was that he created this whole animation through the application where it was just like a bunch of I guess lights flashing onto screen and like different shit. Like
it would take still pictures of him.
He could take a picture of himself while he was
Yeah.
live, and then it would play into the animation. Like it would just fly across the screen of him like posing for a photo, and that would last like maybe like 20 or 30 seconds. I think that's how long the clip was. And then in the comments, I saw that because it did go on LSF. It got a lot of upvotes and all that. And they were just like, yeah, this is cool and all, but this doesn't really tell me a lot about his personality. You know, like he could just do this maybe once every stream or so. And past that, like, I mean, it would get old over time. And that's why I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, it would just be, I don't know. I guess you have to show yourself on LSF with your personality. It seems as though.
Bro, yeah, like that's how it works with LSF. Like you have to give your whole ass life and your whole ass soul to those viewers. You know what I mean? Like they want you to give them everything you got. You know, like they want to know everything. They want to like believe in the idea of like a scuffed like almost like Sid-like character IRL. You know what I mean? They want to believe in like they always love the underdog. Like they love the idiot like that just like comes off as a complete moron but is like lovable. Like they love that type of personality. You know what I mean? That's why the XQC Mizkiff type personalities do really well because it's like, you know, they're the lovable idiots, you know? Like they don't like people with like big egos or that think they're cool or like chatted up. Like they're not into that shit. You know, they want the like fucking the raw ass gamer, like Asmongold, for example. Like the raw ass like in his mom's attic gamer, you know, they want that. Like that's what they relate to, and they fuck.
I saw this clip I think a long time ago of Asmongold, and he was reading chat, and somebody said, "Man, I want to be like you." And Asmon like stopped everything he was doing. He's like, "Dude, you don't want to be like me." Like you know, like he's talking about like how he's cum stains everywhere and like fucking like lives like on like pita bread and shit. Like, you know. I'm sure he's a super nice guy.
He's the realest dude, probably, like, in the whole, like, I don't know. He's just one of the realest people I've ever met in Twitch. Like, legitimately, just lives, breathes, eats everything he speaks. Like, there's no fake shit with Asmongold. Like, he's just real as fuck. I've always loved Asmon. I remember even, like, way back, like, I remember when he first started blowing up, because at the time that he was blowing up, like, I was streaming WoW too, and I was a bigger streamer than him at the time. And I just remember him like saying how much he like looked up to me and whatever, and like it was just crazy. Like he came over to my house in Austin like 2017 when he had like 2,000 viewers and was just like, dude, I'm so happy I can like pay for my Taco Bell, and I'm just like, he's just like the realest ass dude. Like it was really fucking like humbling to meet him because he was just such like I don't know, he just never gave a shit about like getting any bigger. He was like, I'm happy with my 2K, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like he's just like.
Wow.
I mean, 2K is a pretty good place to be, you know, comfortable at. I mean, to be fair, 2K is a pretty solid number.
He was always very humble, always just like very happy with like he just liked the fact that he didn't have to get a real job. You know what I mean? Like it was like he would always talk to me about how he was on like food. He was so hell-bent on not getting a real job that he was on like food stamps and everything else. Like he was like, fuck getting a job. Like I refuse. Like I will eat like the cheapest. I will live the cheapest. I'm not getting a job. You know what I mean? So then when he started doing well on Twitch, he was just like, this is amazing. Like
that reminds me of someone.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I've had so many jobs. Fuck you, dude.
I know, but right now, dude, you live like.
That's just because of my opinion of food. I don't eat the cheapest possible thing. That's like I would be on ramen essentially. I would just buy a shit ton of ramen and like I don't know, vitamins, and that would be it. I just make all of my food at once, and it's cheap.
Tell Mitch
so
how
I'm
you
able
eat.
to bulk it up.
Can you just tell Mitch how you eat every
Dude, I feel like I tell everyone that comes on this podcast how I eat. You're just so infatuated with the fact that I cook an entire week's worth of food. It's not a problem. It's only a problem for you guys. All right, so here's what I do. Let's get this out of the way real quick. I have a slow cooker, and I put 3 pounds of meat in it, and then I just cook the crap out of all this food, throw in some spices and whatnot, and then it's done for a whole week. That's all of my meat for a whole week.
He eats the same thing for a whole week.
And then I put in some rice, and then I get my veggies.
And you just put it in the fridge and eat it all week?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, listen, I knew a guy like that back in the day. There was a friend of me. There was a friend of me in Reckful's name. His name was Brother Toe. He was another WoW player. and he literally would just make a giant pot of spaghetti like this big, and then he would just put it in the fridge and eat it every single meal. Like it was like, you know what he would tell me?
You're enabling him.
He was just like, I don't have time to think about cooking. I have to play and get rank 1. You know what I mean? Like he's like, I just don't have time for any of that shit. And I respect.
That's not mine. I just hate cooking, and this is easy. I get protein, I get carbs, I get fats. Like I got the whole thing. It's not like unhealthy where I'm just eating an entire vat of fucking pasta where it's just carbs. It's just like it's a balanced meal. It's the cheapest balanced meal I can get. That's it. And it's, Louis tried eating like that once, and he's like, my stomach's about to explode. I'm like, yeah, probably because you're not used to eating my way. But like, it's fine. It was fine. Yeah, stomach is steel.
Oh, I'm all for it. I don't think it's a big deal. If you're getting your veggies in there, you got your vitamins and shit. Like you're getting all the fucking basic nutrients you need. So like, more power to you, bro.
Dude, it's all macroed out. I was like hellbent on this when I first started working out.
He's macroed it all out. He's good to go, man.
Dude, I measure it. I have a Pyrex cup where I measure out the exact amount of rice, the exact amount of meat.
He doesn't eat
and
out
I
of
put in the
bowls.
vegetables.
You need to tell him what else you do with that Pyrex cup.
I eat out of it. It's why would I waste a bowl? Like it's already measured out there, so I just eat it and then I throw it in the sink and it's done. It's the most efficient method.
Yeah, Mitch, do you know what a Pyrex cup is?
It's
like a measuring cup.
Okay.
It's a
Like how you
glass
would make a
measuring
cake out
cup
of
with
it.
a handle on it.
Oh yeah, my mom used to use those for like I know what you're talking about.
But not actually
Yeah, so
using
he
them as
eats out of it.
bowls.
Yeah, that's because I put it in the.
I've done that before. Listen, when there's no dishes ready, you got to use the measuring cup.
Damn it!
I've done it.
Damn it!
See, he gets it. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm with you, dude.
See, everyone calls me insane.
You know what?
because
You know
they
what this
can't wrap
is?
their minds
This is
around
exactly-
not wasting a plate.
This is why Too Bold is doing well on Twitch, because he's showing this
my
degenerate
God.
that is building up from
It's
nothing
not
and becoming a
degenerate.
hero.
It's not degenerate.
He's got all the keys, bro. You just got to keep going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not part of that group, man. I'm not. I swear. I'm not a degenerate.
Dude, a big part of me ever blowing up was how degenerate I was. Like, I was the type of dude, like, there used to be a big meme that, like, I used to, like, jerk off in my free time, and then, like, instead of, like, getting a tissue, I would just fling it onto my fucking wall behind me. Bro, there was stains on the wall behind me for, like, years when I streamed. And for years, everyone always asked me what those stains were, and I'm like, nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Wait, you make it seem as though you like flicked your dick back. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Look, you know when you finish, and it's, like, on your hand a little bit right here? You know what I'm talking about? And then I was just flinging it onto the wall behind me, and then everyone was like, and then I finally told them the story. I was like, yo, that's like cum stains. Like, just fucking shut the fuck up, chat. Like, I'm a degenerate, bro. I never get laid. Like, I just jerk off all day and play WoW. Like, leave me alone. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my God.
that was like the biggest meme for a long time on Twitch, and then it became the piss bottle meme after that because
Piss bottle. I was gonna bring it up.
yeah, well, because then when I was with fucking Trainwrecks, we were just degenerate as fuck, and like, well, like I had to like piss one time when we were like in the car and we were streaming, and I was just like, dude, hold up, and I'm just gonna piss in this bottle because we couldn't fucking pull off because we were in traffic or something. So I pissed in the bottle, and then everyone just started calling me Piss Bottle Jones, and it became like a fucking viral ass thing. Like, it's just like, yeah, I don't know.
Oh my God.
wanna go
What
back-
a wild wasteland.
I want to
Twitch
go
used
back to
be.
the cum
God
hand.
damn.
Okay, wait. So you would fling against
Do
the
we
wall.
have to?
Would that, no. I want to know. I know. So that would be probably to clean off your hand, right? But there would still be residue on your hand. Would you at least wash it, or you just?
Playing the majority, and then you wipe the rest on your shirt.
Oh my!
It's a 1-2 flick. You know what I'm saying?
One of my favorite clips is when you're explaining it to the it's in that song when you're explaining it to the some girl. It is like, yeah, look, okay, sometimes I'm playing games, right? And then I have to pee, but I don't want to stop playing the game. So I piss in the bottle, boom boom, there it's done. And I'm done and I can get back to game. they've been
Many times when like the pee bottle thing, I've peed in bottles in my days for sure. But do I just piss in bottles every time? No. When I'm not gaming, do I pee in bottles? No. But if I'm in queue for WoW and I'm gonna miss a queue and lose 20 fucking points, you're damn right I'm gonna piss in a bottle. You know what I mean? I'm not
gamer.
losing points, man. Like, it's like if I'm diamond in league and I'm in queue and the queues are 20 minutes long because everyone's a fucking stream sniping asshole, you're gonna fucking pee in a bottle so you don't. If you get up and piss and miss the queue, minus 10 LP, and it's just like, fuck that. You know what I mean? And not only that, you have to wait 30 minutes to queue again because you're a queue dodger. You know what I'm saying? It's just like not a problem I'm willing to have. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
I'm drinking a lot of water. If at some point during this podcast
We
I
should
have to
all
get up
take a
and
piss
pee,
in a
we should all
bottle.
we should all pee into a bottle.
We should all do it.
Listen,
I don't have to pee yet, but I will if it comes down to it. We're not even halfway done with like the whole hour 15. If it comes down to it, I will.
Based on shame, I'm done peeing in bottles. You know, I've been dude, like even to this day, I haven't streamed much in like a year. But whenever my name is mentioned on anywhere, Reddit, Twitch, whatever, it's always like pee bottle, and I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, one thing that sticks, man, out of all the rank ones, all the fucking shit that's happened, pee bottle. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is that?
What was it like then if you hit rank 1? Like, what happened to the first time you hit rank 1? Did you, like, go absolutely insane, or?
Super happy, man. Hell yeah, man. Like, it was like the server shut down at like 3 a.m. So I was playing until the server shut down. And I didn't even know if I was going to be rank 1 because it took a while for the ladder to update on the website. So I was just like queuing. And then like when the ladder finally updated, when the servers went down and I saw I was the #1 team in the world on that battle group, I was just like, dude, I fucking did it. And it took me 3 years of playing that game every fucking day to hit that. Like, I literally, like, I was trying it was like from 18 to 22. That's all I cared about. Was like, I had to be the best WoW mage that I ever could be. Like, it's all I fucking cared about. And yeah, I don't know. It kind of just felt really nice to finally get that title. And I still wear that title today when I play the game. So it's cool.
I've never played WoW, nor have I played WoW PvP or anything like that. But I've hopped into your streams a couple times, like when you do streams sporadically. I have never seen you lose. And I think that that's fucking nuts. You completely, like, you make these people look like they're literally new to the game. Like, how fast you're killing them. It's crazy, like, how good you are at that.
I was always known for that, where it was like, I would find a way to just, like, blindside people with, like so much damage that they would die instantly. Like, there's, like, 2 ways to play WoW, right? Like, you can, like, dwindle people down and, like, beat them in the long game. I was the kind of person that would just find a way to just kill them instantly before they could react, you know what I mean? And it was like, I've always just like looked for like gimmicks and like just like weird things and tricks that you can do to just like do the most amount of damage in the shortest amount of time. And that's why it's like you can catch even the best players off guard like that, because in high-end tournament play, they're always playing the safe game, you know what I mean? They want to play like really safe. They want to win the long game, and I'm the kind of person where it's like all in, reckless, like I'm going to kill you in 1 second and put myself in a very bad defensive position, or I'm just going to win the game right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever saw arenas was at BlizzCon, probably when like Overwatch was first coming out, like the first BlizzCon there, and I was waiting to go see, when the next Overwatch con or thing was going to happen, like the booth. And I was just like, oh, hey, wow, I didn't know people still played this, and there's like a tournament thing going on. I'll go check it out. And I just saw like 3 people just playing in an arena, and like the commentators would just be like talking to each other, and they're just like commentating, you know, like very normally. And then one person would move like 3 pixels forward, and then they just start going insane, and the entire screen is just colors. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then like someone would be like, oh, he got out of that, that's amazing. I'm never like, what insane reaction time, like what just happened? And I was enthralled the rest of the time just watching these colors happen, and then the commentators was like, I cannot believe this match is still going on.
WoW is a very hard game to follow if you've never like played it or understand like the arena of it, you know what I mean? Like it's just a difficult game to follow because everything is moving very fast, you know? And it's like a split-second reaction time game. It's similar to FPS, but it's not. You know, it's like you just have to have like, it's like reading your opponent. It's like chess kind of. Like it's really a cool aspect. The only issue with it is it's pretty unbalanced historically. Like it's just, there's a lot of unbalance in it because there's just a lot of different things that can happen. You know what I mean?
It wasn't made originally for PvP, right? Like that wasn't the dream of WoW.
Yeah, the original was just for like an MMO, a giant game that everyone can run around in and like kill bosses and shit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I've never liked games like that. I mean, I got into WoW to destroy other players. Like that's why I play.
You're the South Park episode. Did you ever watch that? You're the bad guy in South Park. The WoW episode.
I'm just trying to shit on other players. Like I could care less about killing some CPU boss to get some gear. Like I just want to kill other players, man.
Would you go around and PK like people just randomly like on the street? I don't know how RAL works, so I just imagine like people are just trying to get to the next area and you just come out and you just hack someone's head off or something.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's kind of not really a thing. In the last like 7 years or so, they've made it really noob friendly, so you can't just go and kill people like that. But way back in the day, oh yeah, dude, it was like all free for all, bro. I would just camp one dude for like 10 hours because
Oh no! I bet it was me.
Bro, I remember similar shit like that.
I've never fucking played this game again. And then Mitch is just sitting there, like all the way back in his chair, like
This was supposed to be a fun game. It's my first day.
WoW was a beautiful game back in the day. I'm not gonna lie. WoW was like, when it was like at its peak, like in 2008, I'd say, around Wrath of the Lich King. Like, it was the most popular game in the world, and it was so much fun. Like, there was just I've met some of my lifelong friends through World of Warcraft. Like, even the streamers that I'm friends with nowadays, I didn't meet them through streaming. I met them through WoW. Like, I met Asmongold through WoW, Reckful through WoW, Sodapoppin through WoW, Sea-Doo through WoW. Like, anyone that
Even Miz too, right?
Yeah, dude, Miz leveled my accounts before he ever got like famous. Like, he would like literally, Mizgiff was like trying he like came over to my house and he was just like he was just a college student and he was like, yo, what up? And I was playing a private server of WoW while I was also streaming, but I didn't have enough time to like level and all this shit. And he was like, yo, just toss me, $300 and I'll level your character. He spent fucking days and days leveling that shit for $300, and he was just like happy with that. He was like super fucking happy about that. It's kind of crazy at Miz's story too, because Miz to me was just like a college kid that like was my homie, and then he decided to make all these like who is videos, and he made like a who is Tyler One, who is Mitch Jones, I think he did like who is E-Rob, like he did like a bunch of who is videos, and like streamers reacted to those videos and liked them so much that he started streaming, and he had like 100 viewers, and from those 100 viewers he just played his connections and just fucking blew the fuck up, you know what I mean? And it's just like, his story is cool, because I never thought, like, I remember when I was like, we were hanging out and he was just like, I think I bought like a desk for like $400 and he was like, damn, you can just buy whatever you want, huh? And I'm like, I mean, I make a decent amount of money, like, I guess. And he was like, dude, I want that, like, fuck college, like, this shit sucks. And I was like, yeah, like
what a mood.
Crazy. I was like, man, you should try it. Like, I think you actually have what it takes. Like, you're a funny ass dude. And then he was like, yeah, I'm gonna try it. And then for the next like 3 years, he dropped out of college and just studied,
grinded.
Yeah, like, it's crazy. Miz is he's a smart ass motherfucker for sure.
And no one knows it. They just see the man on the camera. They don't know what's going on behind. The gears are turning. Him and Ludwig, man.
I mean, that's the best you can do. You want to come off as the complete moron while also knowing exactly what you're doing.
It's like anime protagonists, dude. It's like fucking Luffy or Naruto, like the lovable idiot.
Yeah, you want to come off as the lovable idiot. That's the best position to be in on Twitch. Like, and also like just know exactly what you're doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a whole game and it's crazy. Like, it's just like. It is driven off personality, yes. Like, you don't need anyone else. You don't need to do anything. If you have the personality and you get one clip on LSF to get some traction, you're going. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that's how XQC blew up. He didn't really fucking collab with anybody. He just grinded Overwatch like a fucking champion and never stopped, and he had that like, that energy that they like, and then eventually he just organically blew up. You know what I mean? Like,
I have never seen or met another human that has the energy XQC does while he's streaming. That is like chaotic to the 1000th degree. He's crazy.
He is a fucking machine, man. Like, he is an absolute fucking machine, 100%.
Have you met XQC? Have you talked to him?
Oh yeah. No, me and X have met multiple times. He back in like 2018, like before, he was like probably like a 2 or 3K Overwatch streamer at the time. We actually played in a Realm Royale tournament together too. Back when Realm Royale first blew up, like, or when it was like getting.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, me and XQC played in a tournament and we got dead last. Like, we just got dead last. Yeah. Yeah, but it was fun at the time. I don't know. Watching XQC just like grind and slowly make his way to the top has been really cool, because like, I'm somebody that like streamed, but I never like streamed that much. You know what I mean? Like, I did stream, and my thing was kind of like, I just had the juiciest content every time I was live, whereas like XQC has the juice and the time. Like, I could never stream as long as him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy.
It's unreal. He was able to do like multiple 12-hour days back to back, and you're like, Jesus, dude, what the hell are you on? He's like, it's a juice, bro. It's a juice. And you're like, oh, okay, I understand now.
Definitely a machine, bro. Like, 100%.
I'm honest to God concerned for his heart rate. Like, so there's just sometimes where I'll like see a clip on LSF where it's just like, I feel like I have weird heart palpitations. I'm like, that's a lot of caffeine you got there. you're actually juicing.
Yeah, no, he's definitely cranked. So I want to talk about that, because you've been streaming for so long, right? And like, what was and you're not streaming as much anymore. You kind of made a decision in your life that like you want to pursue music, or just like pursue other things. You want to see what life has to offer. What was that like? What was it like giving up something like that? not giving up, but more like what's the right word?
Stepping away.
Just stepping away. Yeah.
Well, for me, it was like, okay, so my peak of streaming was probably like 2016, 2017, when I was like really just like, I was in love with it and like, I was like popping off. Everyone loved me. I had really good friends. Everything was good, right? And then I kind of went through like a downward slope of just like depression and just like shitty things that just like happened, I guess. And streaming just became more and more dull for me. And I don't know, like I just started not getting the same excitement out of it anymore, I guess. Like no matter what, like even if I had like all the things I thought I wanted, like it didn't feel fulfilling as much anymore, I guess. And like the big deciding factor for me to like take a step away from it was when I came back to streaming in Shadowlands, which was like the most recent WoW expansion, and I actually like got past like all of my expectations for like where I wanted to get. I was like, okay, if I can get back to like 15,000 average viewers or like this whatever, like I was like I'll be happy, right? And then I had like this huge stream with like where like I was chilling. I think I was chilling with Asmongold. We were just talking about shit. I had like 30,000 viewers or something. Everyone like was like supporting the fuck out of me. They're like, "Oh, Mitch, we love you. It's so good to have you back." Like all this shit. And I streamed consistently for like 5 months up until this point. And then I was like, "Damn, like I am like so happy with this, but I don't like I feel dead inside. Like I feel like I used to get a major like kick out of this and be like feel like progression and all that." And I just didn't feel it anymore. I don't know. And like a big major part of that, I think, was like Reckful's passing as well, because like he was like a huge influence on me as like a WoW streamer for sure. Like I don't think I would have ever streamed really like I did if it wasn't for him. Like my initial blow up was actually probably because of Reckful, to be honest with you. Like,
Right.
So yeah, his passing played a major role in that. But when I like got big again last February, I was like, I don't feel anything. Like I don't feel good about this. Like it doesn't feel right. And then I wanted to go out on like a high note, I guess. Like rather than just show everyone how disinterested I was and kind of dwindle out and like keep going, I was just like, okay, I'm taking an extended break. Like, thank you for everything, but like I'm gonna try something new. And that's when I tried music and made an EP. That's how I met.
And that's how we met.
Yeah, that's how I met you, Louis. And then yeah, now here I am in your kitchen.
Yeah. I could walk upstairs right now and go give you a kiss.
And would you say that music gave you that drive that streaming didn't anymore? Did you feel like you were just like, oh, I get it now? I remember.
Yeah. For a bit, it definitely did. Like music gave me like that, like I'm doing something new and I can only like progress from here. You know what I mean? Like whereas like Twitch, it felt like if I didn't put in X amount of energy, I was never going to like beat my height. You know what I mean? So it was like it just felt like a never-ending like losing battle to me, where I was like, damn, like I don't know if I can progress anymore without putting like all of myself into this still. And I've been putting all of myself into this for so many years. I was just exhausted, So I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you had at the time you had recently moved to LA. Did that have to do with pursuing music or anything work related?
I moved to LA. Yeah, I moved to LA to pursue music for sure. I was like, I met Louis and everyone that lives here, and I was like, damn, like those dudes are tight as shit. Like I have friends outside of Twitch. Like I never had friends outside of Twitch for like the past like, I don't know, 5 years or so. Like I barely had any friends outside of the industry, and I didn't really know what it was like to like not be involved in that bubble. And then like Louis and everyone that lives here just kind of showed me a different life that I was like, I kind of wanted to like try to like just be a normal person for a bit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's why I moved to LA. I was just like, yeah, fuck it. Like I'm just gonna see what's up,
And what was the difference between LA and where did you live before? I don't
Austin.
know. Austin?
Yeah, I actually moved out of Mizkif's house to move to LA.
Oh.
No, yeah, I was living with Miz, and then I told him, I was like, yeah, like I'm moving to do music, and he was like, damn, like good luck, brother. Like it was pretty sad, honestly. All my friends were like Simply and all of them were just like, damn, dude, like it's been fun, but I think I'm gonna go back pretty soon and say what's up to them. So it's pretty dope.
Yeah. Same.
You think you feel like a big Mitch Jones return is coming?
I'm not sure. Maybe, yeah. I think so. I'm trying to gear myself to have that energy again. It's just like I don't know, man. Like I gotta dig within and like find myself again.
It's hard, man.
Yeah, I just feel like I lost myself for a while because it was just like I don't know. When your life just becomes streaming every day, it's like you just get in a routine of like you become desensitized to all of it, like the chat spamming, the fucking craziness, like all these like people, like you just become desensitized to everything, right? But yeah, when you become that desensitized to everything, it carries over into real life, like to the point where I really like felt like numb all around. Like it wasn't just with streaming; it was like my entire everything was numb. My sex life, my fucking, my whatever, my eating didn't feel like, everything just felt like shit. Like I felt drained, man. Like I was just like, damn, like I'm a fucking zombie, you know? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I think everybody, especially in the entertainment industry, like goes through stuff like this. I've told you before, but I don't think I've ever spoken to like our audience about it. That like me and Ruben like took almost a year off of making music because we just didn't know what we wanted to do. We were so like over it, and it took a long time, a lot of soul searching, a lot of like trying new things, meeting new people to like find my love for it again, you know. And it takes a lot out of you, and sometimes you do it, and for some people they never find it again, and it's you know it just happens. It's just the way it is. But you know, I know you, and I think that like you're gonna find something even bigger, better. If it is through streaming, I think you'll find it. But you know, I'm here for you, man. Of course, all of us.
Yeah, that was a cool thing about like streaming with me was when I did come back to streaming in Shadowlands, I was not nearly as animated as I was before. Like in 2016, I was fucking nuts, bro. Like it was like if you watch my stream, I was just like fucking insane. Like there was not a second of downtime. There was always crazy drama going on. There was always something crazy going on, right? But then when I streamed Shadowlands and people were just like fucking with me because I was good at the game and I was being like I am with you guys right now, like just chill as fuck, just like yo, what up, boys? Like good to see you all today. And like I was supported more doing that than when I was crazy back in the day. Like yeah, I had more
Really?
viewers. Yeah, I had more viewers with the crazy shit, but it was like I actually had a way better community when I just like slowed it down and just played WoW. You know what I mean? And that was kind of like cool for me, but it still felt like something just felt off about it. I don't know. Like streaming has been a weird roller coaster for me, and I wish that I could honestly unjade my mind and have that love for it again. Like I'm trying to find that again, you know?
I think it is tough, especially in this industry, is like when you're just constantly being so consistent with one type of content, which is either Twitch streaming or putting out YouTubers or whatever, or YouTube videos or whatever, is that at the end of the day, a lot of people will ask you, or sometimes you'll ask yourself this, like, what are you aiming towards? And it's just like, it's hard to answer that because there might be like a number that you hit, and then you hit that number, and then you're just like, all right, well, now what? Now I guess I aim like even higher, or maybe there's like a project you want to put together or something, and then you put it together, and then again, it's just like you're done with it, and what do you do now? So
yeah, I mean that's how I feel about music, right? It's like
Yeah.
I was so passionate about music for like 6 months. Like I was like all about it, right? And then I just kind of fell into a rut and was like, all right, I guess I'm like doing something else for a bit. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I have like really bad ADHD, so it's hard for me to stick to things anyways. But like with streaming, I actually was like hyper focused on it for years and years and years. Like it was like that's all I thought about. All I did from like night till day was like if I wasn't streaming, I was like keeping up with everything that's going on and like you know what I mean? Like it's just like I don't know. I was obsessed, and I kind of missed that obsessed feeling. Even with WoW, I was obsessed, right? Like it's like when I played WoW back in the day, like for years and years and years, I was just obsessed with like getting better and grinding, and like I don't know. I miss having that, you know.
I think
we
it's
are,
a very familiar feeling, like from me specifically. Like I also have ADHD to some degree, and like I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people that like have the really like aggressive type where like they're just off the walls or whatever. But like for a long time, I only played Team Fortress 2. Like that was my first game that I was just like, okay, well I guess I'm just doing this every time I come home from school until I go to sleep, and every time I wake up on the weekend. And my parents like get the fuck out of the house. I'm like, no, I'm playing Team Fortress. You don't understand. I need to learn how to air shot. This is the only thing I want to do right now. And like it was such a giant portion of my life that I was just so focused on all the time that like when I go back to it now, like there was just a point where I reached where I was just like, okay, I'm done. I don't know what happened. I don't know what switch turned off, but like I go back now and the things that used to not bother me at all, I'm just furious about now. Like every time I get backstabbed by a spy, I'm like, all right, I need to stop playing this game. It's just not.
Yeah, it's like with Overwatch as well. Like we all put up so much time into it, and we were all like obsessed with it for so long. Like these two especially like put in like tens of thousands of hours into the game, and now it's just like it's hard to find that love again. Like even just for like a lot of things, you know.
It's just hard to find a thing that draws you in once you've like basically overdosed on just that type of feeling before. Like it's just you built up that obsession so long that your body's like, we can't do this again. You don't understand. Those circuits are fried. We can't turn those back on. You have to find a new route.
That's feeling though when you're like playing a game and you're just so obsessed with progression. You know what I mean? Like every game I've ever played, I've had that feeling. Like this goes back to like when I was in high school playing like Call of Duty with my friends. You know, it's like I just remember being like, we are homies and we're on a mission. We're grinding. You know what I mean? And it's just like I don't know.
It's so much easier with friends. It's so much easier with
100%.
friends.
And I'm a competitive motherfucker. Like, I can't even play a game unless it's ranked. Like, I can't queue League of Legends and do it
like
normal.
Louis.
Yeah, I just can't play a game unless it's ranked. Like, I have to have that competitive edge, or I'm just like, it's just not enough dopamine for me. I don't know. Like, I just can't do it.
I've found myself struggling with that. What happens is that I love playing, for example, like Valorant and Overwatch competitive, and just going over and over. I think I have the greatest like will when it comes to losing over and over in this group. I think so, because a lot of these people are just like, we'll lose 5 times in a row. I'm just like, but guys, it's the 6th one.
Like, it's been
comeback
like
season.
3 hours, dude. I can't do it anymore. Like, we just lost 5 games in a row. I'm not on. I can't do
but
it.
the thing is, for like my YouTube channel or something, is that the videos that do the best is when people aren't like talking about the game or focusing on the game whatsoever. They're doing some other shit, like some banter in the background, because I'll lose like audience retention if we're like focusing too much on the game or something like that. It's a weird in between that I gotta find, because I really do love the competitive aspect, but at the same time, if I know I'm behind on work or something, I need to focus on casual and be all like focusing on conversation or whatever I'm putting out while we're recording. It's tough.
I honestly think that's like the toughest part about being a funny YouTuber or something like that, and you want to put out content like frequently to grow in like but the YouTube's like new algorithm of you constantly having to have a very frequent schedule and whatnot. Like, it's hard, man. Like, you think just because someone is like funny in like the videos or whatever, you go to their stream and you're like, all right, where's this funny moment that's always
Give me
there?
the funny
like,
guy.
Dude, you don't understand how long it takes for us to find that joke. Like, it takes time. Like, you're not going to go to a comedian and be like, okay, that set was great, but now also make casual conversations while we're drinking at a bar funny. And you're like, dude, I don't know how to do that. Like, it's just sometimes you hit a groove and you're like, okay, this will be a video. And like other times you won't. And then you have to like kind of push out the content anyway and hope that the couple jokes land. And it's like, I think it's the hardest part by far about like being in that form of entertainment. Like, because if you're just pumping out videos of your gameplay and that's what you're known for, you can consistently be like good at League of Legends or something, that stuff.
That's so true. That's what we're streaming as well. Like, there's streamers that just play games and that's what they're known to do, and they just every single day they know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to play games and just kill it, you know what I mean? And then there's like the type of streamer where it's like Miz, where it's like every single stream is planned. Everything is like, it's like you got to be on and be that entertaining every time. Otherwise, you're going to have a shitty stream. But like with like Shroud, for example, that dude just logs on, he's like, yo, and just fucking destroys it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think I've always envied gameplay streamers, because I only was like, I was like kind of a hybrid, right? Where I was like a half gameplay streamer, half like entertainer. And at times I was just a full-blown entertainer, where it was like people didn't give a shit about my gameplay at all. It was just all entertainment, you know? But I've always envied the like people that could just have that audience, like, especially with like League of Legends, like Tyler One, for example, who's also like a hybrid, but he could just sit there and not say a word for 3 hours and play League, and people are gonna fucking still love it. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Tyler One stream is such a curious case, because there was it was like the few months where he was like banned from League that he became this like IRL streamer, and that was like some of the most entertaining streams I have ever seen. You know, like
he was trying to like, he was like, okay, I got banned from League, but I'm not getting banned from Twitch. Like, I got this big break with Twitch, I'm not fucking it up. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna put out the content and give him the juice. And like, that was when Greek God X was also in the mix. I remember all of that. Yeah, Greek God X. Like, I'm homies as fuck with Greek, and like I know all these guys. Tyler One, like, I don't know him as well as Greek, but we've definitely chilled, and he's a cool guy. I respect Tyler a lot, because he never got involved in the politics of streaming. He never really gave it any type of like buddy.
He's his own bubble. Like everything. All of his viewers are like Tyler One viewers.
Yeah, he just didn't do the whole like, I'm gonna fucking be a part of any crew or anything. Like, Tyler One just paid his own way and fucked it. You know what I mean? And he just kept going, and like, yeah, I respect Tyler One heavily. He lives in bumfuck, like somewhere in the middle of the country, in a like you know, like with the horses and shit. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, he gives no fucks. Yeah.
I love watching him him
E-Rob.
just deadlift like 3,000 pounds. That is like the most built human I've seen on Twitch that like is that big, you know? Like, there are people that are just like bodybuilders that are just jacked, right? And they have like, you know, a couple hundred. Tyler One's out here just like, oh, by the way, I'm like 5 feet tall. By the way, watch me deadlift this fucking like horse. You're just like, okay, goddamn, all right, way to be, Tyler One. Yeah. He's got so many things going on. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I don't know. I respect Tyler One. Even all of those streamers that do that shit. Like, I wish I could have that now. I wish I could just play League of Legends and then just fucking sit there and be like, what up, boys? Like, you know what I mean? Like, naturally, I'm just like an idiot anyways, you know, like not having to try. But when you start having to try, it almost just drains you to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
No, definitely.
That's also the thing with like Asmongold, right? Because you would consider Asmongold like a gameplay streamer, right? But the way he talks, like, is just, it's nonstop, and it's like he could literally just turn off WoW and be that, and it wouldn't change the stream. It'd be crazy, like just the way his mind works, like it's like a million miles an hour. Like he can just talk about literally anything, and like really in depth.
Yeah, no, Asman is a very smart like person, and I've actually had conversations with him about this where he's like, I mean, he would get really stressed of like the expectation to be Asmongold every day. You know what I mean? That's why he streams on his alt more than he did stream on his main.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when he streams on his alt, he's like way more raw and real, and he's still Asmongold, but he's like talks about the more sad sides of his life. You know what I mean? And on Asmongold, he's just there to be Asmongold. You know, and people expect that, you know what I mean? And he's always been like, damn, like it's a lot of pressure, you know, like to have like, he's like, dude, my following got so fucking big out of nowhere, and now I have all this pressure on me, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, yeah, like, I totally understand that, because, you know, I have an alt too where I'm just like really relaxed, and there's no expectation of like content or anything like that, you know what I mean? Whereas like on his alt, it's the same thing. It's just, streamers, when they blow up with a certain like thing, they kind of like feel like they have to stick to that, you know what I mean? And it's like hard to like change, you know what I mean?
It's the same thing with like music. So like for a lot of the early music career is me basically just throwing a bunch of shit at walls. Do you know how many projects I had before Smile? Like, and yeah, I had, basically you're just throwing shit at walls for years until something just sticks a little bit, and then you just fucking grind that thing. And then, you know, that's, luckily we were able to make that with Smile, but who knows, maybe my next project's even bigger or smaller. You know, like it can be whatever, you know?
I think all entertainment works like that. It's like you just kind of, you grind, and some people just naturally have it, you know? Some people just hit that spark immediately. Everything they touch turns to gold type shit, you know what I mean? But a lot of others don't have that, and they have to like grind it for years before they get a break, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. A lot of luck is involved with streaming these days. Like, it's kind of just like who you know, how did you get a big clip here, whatever the fuck, like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of luck is involved. Reckful would always talk about that when, like, because he spoke a lot about this shit. He was like, dude, I'm only big because I'm lucky as fuck, and I got in early, and I was the first streamer to ever be good at like whatever the fuck this is, you know what I mean? So it's like interesting how nowadays I feel like it's very similar, and you have so many people want to be streamers nowadays. Like, it's like the dream job for so many people, right? And it's like, unless they really understand the whole ecosystem of it, it's very difficult to get a break, you know, and you have to grind for years and really study it. Like, even if you're the most, like, the best player or the most funny guy, like, if no one sees it, you're never going to go, you know what I mean? Like, you have to find a way to get someone to see it, which is like, and normally the best way to do that is through genuine like relationships, you know what I mean? Rather than like forcing yourself and like being abrasively like annoying, then you get labeled as a leech and you never go anywhere, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's a very fine line. It's very hard to like circumnavigate, to be honest, you know?
So even then, it's kind of hard to define like a certain meta that'll definitely boost you to the top, or if anything.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to be smart and know like if you're in early, let's say a new game's coming out and you're really good at that type of game. Like Fortnite was a good example of this. Ninja was a streamer who streamed to 3,000 viewers for years. Ninja was a 3,000 viewer streamer for like 6 fucking years. Didn't move, just stagnant 3K. And then Fortnite comes out. Ninja's good at that type of game, and he also has that kind of chaotic personality. And then he gets his break, and boom, he's on fucking, you know, Jimmy Kimmel.
The biggest streamer ever. Puts Twitch on the map, on the mainstream media. Like, that's how big he was. It was crazy. Like,
Ninja did it bigger than anyone because he went global. He didn't just win over the Twitch and YouTube audience. He won over, like, he had fucking shirts at Target that kids are wearing. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's all because a game came out, and he had been practicing for 6 years that type of game, BR games. Like, Ninja played PUBG. He played every BR there ever was. He played Halo way back in the day. Like, he was just ready for that. Yeah, it's when opportunity meets, like, I don't know the fucking saying, like, whatever it is.
When the opportunity
lightning
strikes.
in a bottle. He caught lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, but the thing is, he was prepared for that lightning. Like, if he sucked at BR games and got that same scope, it wouldn't have gone as big. You know what I mean? But because he had been streaming for so many years, those type of games, he just hit that break and went. You know what I mean? It's the same with like Tfue, like Cloaksy too. Like, Cloaksy was my fucking roommate. I remember he lived in our basement. Me, Train, and Cloaksy lived together, and he was like a 50 viewer streamer playing Fortnite, struggling hard, could barely pay rent, right? And then he just like got a one big break with like an LSF clip, and then him and Tfue were like friends from way back in the day because they played VR games together. Like, and then Tfue blew up and asked Cloakzy, and they joined FaZe, and then now Cloakzy's like fucking 3 million followers and killing it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, like it's just funny to see like all these people have like blown up around me, and it's just like so awesome to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When all the homies make it too. It's
Bro,
crazy.
literally every person I think I've like met like and lived with, like when they had like even Train, like Train had no audience, and like he moved in with me because we were just homies, and then he blew the fuck up. Nowadays he's one of the, I think he's like top 5 streamers on Twitch nowadays, and then like Cloakzy as well. Like, it's crazy. Like I've seen almost everyone's blow up like personally. You know what I mean? And it's
like a Twitch sage, or like an oracle.
I was just around because I was like an OG in the game. You know what I mean? Like it was like I was just around, but yeah.
You have to get the Mitch Jones blessing to be big.
Yeah, I don't know. My story is so fucking crazy, man. Like, I've just seen it all, and it's like really cool to just know. Even now, like being out of the game for like a year, I could still probably like. I just know so much that I could probably like just do a lot of crazy things that like I don't know. When you have the knowledge of the game, you just know. You know what I mean? And it's like the same thing with music, probably, right? Like if you know like the knowledge of the game, like Spotify playlisting. I don't fucking know how music works at all. But if you know the game and you have the right connections, you can do it over and over and over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've started a couple like music projects that like have done really well. You know, so I understand how it's feeling. So what were you saying, Tubal?
I was just imagining like Mitch Jones, like with his staff, right? And he just kind of goes over. He's like, "You have the juice," and then he touches the staff against you, and then you just see the viewer count just start going up, and you're just like, "Oh, I get it." May you always be this spastic. Touches you again. "'Tis a curse and a blessing. Be very forewarned." "I don't understand. It seems like only good things, Mr. Jones." You will understand." "Here's your bottle."
Yeah, I mean, as much as I don't take credit, I don't take credit for anything or anything like that, but it's just cool because, like, I think I just got lucky in the fact that, like, everyone that I happened to fuck with, I just knew would be good content, so it's like, it just happened organically, you know what I mean? Like me and Trainwrecks had some of the best streams ever on Twitch. Like, if you watch some of our old VODs, they're fucking hilarious, man. Like, it's like, we just drove around in my car doing dumb shit for, like, a whole year. We just drove around in my car and, like, just did whatever. Like, we just go and talk to random girls at the mall, or, like, go to fucking, you know, I don't know, shoot, like, guns or whatever the fuck it was. And we would...
What was the clip that he got, like, genuinely mad at you?
Oh yeah, the eating sushi clip. Yeah, like we were talking about some shit. He thought the waiter was hot or something, and then I was like, bro, like this place fucking sucks. Like I don't like seafood, and he's just like, dude, let me just enjoy this sushi, man. And I'm just like, all right. And then we get in the car, and I was like, bro, and he was like, dude, I was gonna fucking get that waiter's number and like all this shit, but you're just sitting there talking shit about the restaurant and like, blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, who the fuck cares? He was like, I was eating sushi. Me and him had a hilarious relationship. It was like big brother, little brother relationship, you know what I mean? And it was just really funny, organic shit because we were just like being ourselves, like stupid fucking idiots just waddling around, you know what I mean? Yeah.
It takes a very unique personality to get stuff like that rolling. But I think once you find it, that's the ideal, right? Like you and your homie are just like being yourself. You don't even have to worry about anything, and you're just like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's what Twitch is all about. Like for me, I've never actually, especially my early streaming days, I was not that good at streaming by myself. Like I always wanted to have someone in a call or someone around to like bounce off of, you know, that type of shit. Yeah. And I feel like that does create some of the best content on Twitch. I mean, that's like, you know, that's what Miz does nowadays. He's like, he always has people to bounce off of, always talking to someone. It's never just Miz and chat, right? Whereas like XQC is a whole different, like the polar opposite of that, where he's just like always by himself, him and chat, you know what I mean? But I think XQC's just does well because of just how entertaining he is on his own and the hours that he puts in. Like he is always there for his viewers without a fail, you know what I mean? And like
you hit every time zone too. Like if you're just there, you're like, oh look, he's 12 hours in. There's another 8 to go. This is a perfect time to spend my day.
And that's why the LSF audience, he's like their token, like because he's always there. He's their spokesman. He's their dude. You know, like even Forsen had that for a while. I don't know if you know who Forsen is. You know, yeah, Forsen, all like Rainad back in the day with Hearthstone. There were a lot of Hearthstone streamers that were like huge back like in like 2017. It was like Rainad, Trump. Kriparian, if you know what that is. There's just like, I don't know. There's been a lot of streamers that have blown up through like different games, and it's like really cool to see.
I'd love to know what your golden age of Twitch, because I can tell you mine. I think my favorite time to watch Twitch was Forsen in PUBG with all of his fucking stream snipers. That was the funniest shit I had ever seen, and it got me into like watching YouTube content. It literally brought me into the world of like, man, there's these type of people out there. This is happening, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. So I think that
Yeah, he would drop into a PUBG lobby, and all you hear was Zulo, Zulo, Zulo.
everybody
Yeah, and it's just like
wearing red shirts, like
40 people just charging him while he picks up a shotgun. They're all trying to punch him to death. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, dude.
screaming "Ocean Man!" Like fucking.
Yeah, dude. Like there was all these memes back then, like Brain Power, Ocean Man, fucking all these crazy memes. Yeah.
So what do you think your golden age of Twitch was? If you had to pick
What
one.
was your favorite meta,
For sure,
if anything?
for sure, like Mr. Pandaria, World of Warcraft, like 2014 to 15 to 16, like that was my golden age of Twitch, because not only did I just love WoW, but I loved everyone in my circle, and I loved streaming. You know what I mean? It was like, for me, it was just the easiest thing. I would log on, I'd play WoW, I'd talk to my homies, and that was it. You know, there was like, and then it became more than that eventually. Like it became more about me and entertaining, and that took a toll on me. Like the having to be just like this crazy persona every day was very difficult and like taxing on me, I guess. But
It went away from friends just hanging out. It now became like I have to basically be a TV show.
exactly, yeah, it went from fucking boys playing WoW to like reality TV. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, like it just took a toll on me. I don't know.
Do you have a golden age of Twitch, Tubal?
Honestly, I don't really remember too much. I think like the first time I ever really got into Twitch was probably like I mostly watched YouTube stuff, and I found this dude named Moon Moon, and he's to this day is still like my favorite.
You're friends with Moon Moon now?
Watch, right? You stream Overwatch?
Yeah, so like I first saw like a compilation of him, and I was just like, oh, this is pretty good. I like this. This is fun. I wonder if there's more of this. And it just like you find me on Twitch. I'm like, okay, I'll check that out. And then I would go in and I would watch him do that. And then I was playing League of Legends at the time. That was like my big fix, along with Overwatch. And I would go and watch Cutie Pie.
He was the first streamer that got me into playing League. Like I didn't even touch League until I watched him at Cutie Pie, and I loved his streams. He was just so lax and just chill. I love his streams.
My favorite clip ever was Cutie Pie getting nominated for like Streamer of the Year. He doesn't even go to the show. He just shows up on the big screen in just a white t-shirt. He's like, this is cool. I was just like, what a fucking G. And his chat is literally just Lenny faces. That's the only thing you see the entire time is just Lenny faces. And then he'll play Heimerdinger as a meme, and then Raise Your Donger is the only thing you see in chat. And you're like, that's good. I like that. That's funny.
I love Ahmed Cutie Pie, man. He was definitely like a huge influence on me, like playing games, and like I got into League of Legends because of him. And I never really streamed League, but he was just a big role model for me in like gaming, I guess. He's a cool guy.
He was just super relaxed, and my friend would just like absolutely lose his mind because we were looking at like the teams for League of Legends to begin with, and we were just like, look at all the cool pro players there are, and then there's just like we see this guy, and we're like, who's this dude? And he's like, oh my god, you'll never believe what he named himself. Because Cutie Pie was not the most handsome man compared to like like this Korean dude that like had used his face moisturizer and looks like a baby basically with just the smoothest skin. You have Cutie Pie over here just like just super long hair, like the beard and everything, and it's just like my friend reads the bio, he's like, yeah, I named myself I'm a Cutie Pie because my mom used to call me that, and it's just like nice.
He just didn't give a fuck. I respect that about him so much. He just gave
he's
no
awesome,
fuck,
man.
bro.
I fucking loved I'm a Cutie Pie. That was like my peak of Twitch was Cutie Pie and Moon Moon watching those guys.
Yeah, Moon was dope too. I remember him when he blew up in Overwatch. Yeah, I remember that too. He was the guy that streamed in the cam, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who Lyric is?
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lyric's blow up back in the day too, like was cool as well, because Lyric would play like every new game release and just like be the spokesman for like new games that would come out, and it was like him and Soda Poppin were sort of the two that did that back then. This was like 2014 and 15, I think. But yeah, Lyric is also someone I really respect. Probably one of the first people to ever stream the way he did, like with no cam and just like being a chill dude. Like he was like the first person to do that, like, and really build that mold. You know what I mean? Also, Summit 1G was like in that time frame as well. Yeah, Summit's a fucking cool ass guy too. I love him, real ass guy.
I remember watching streams and being like, I want to see no webcam on the stream. I want to see the gameplay and like just hear a voice. I got pissed when I saw people on the screen. I'm like, you're taking up the screen.
I like that. I like being able to see people's reactions, them fucking slamming their desk rather than. Oh, okay, yeah.
I do now, but back then I was just like, I don't want to see a person on the screen.
Yeah.
You're taking it up, especially like the people that would like have super large cams. I was like, I'm not about that. I want to see.
I love seeing the reactions and all that. I was gonna say, so I guess I'm kind of new to Twitch. It was literally, I think, beginning of 2020 when I started getting into it, and that was just very rare that I would be watching Twitch. But it was like Ludwig, who was just always doing a bunch of shit on his stream, even that if it just involved a challenge in a video game. I don't know if this was exactly like a golden era of Twitch, like something that was popping off, but the type of content that I just really found so fucking funny was people traveling across the country visiting each other. Like I'm picturing like NMP Law, like him and Milena, Nick and Milena, just being in their kitchen and having so many people just in the kitchen, like so out of their environment. Even so much so as like XQC, who is not really used to doing IRL streaming for the most part. Like most of the time it's video game. They're just having him like plopping him in this like kitchen setting, like IRL just chatting type thing, and just having him commentate on like, what the fuck are you doing? What is this? Like as if he knows what he's doing. And, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, no, XQC definitely does. Like, I mean, NMP and all those guys are pretty. They do a lot of stuff together. You know, they're always like collabing and shit, which is cool. Me and Nick almost went into like you know how he duo streams with Milena when PUBG was out. Me and him almost did that together. It was before I met Trainwrecks. Me and NMP were going to do this like duo stream like shit, and it. I wish we had done it. It was like a cool idea that we both had.
Wait, when you say duo cam, do you mean like on one stream?
Yeah, like how Nick and Milena do. Yeah,
We actually did it a few times.
That's crazy that they can do so well with that setup.
There's probably VODs of it. Like we would like duo cam all the time. Like it was pretty cool. I don't know. Nick's been someone that's always had my back, so I love Nick. He's a really dope guy.
Did you grind PUBG?
Yeah, I did.
What was your highest rank? Because mine in duos, I was top 90.
Top 90?
Yeah, in North America.
Oh fuck! Damn, Louis.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was pretty good. I was like I didn't really go high in the ranks. I just like farm noobs all day.
That's how I met Louis, was through PUBG. That was the first game we played together, right? Or was
our first game together, yeah.
Yeah. Even we made such a good impression. I had normally, what I was used to at the time was making YouTube videos of recordings from games like over a span of a week. But with Louis, I played probably 2 sessions with him.
Two games
with him, and then videos. I got like 2 videos out of it. It's crazy. Went well.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand PUBG. Whenever I'd drop into PUBG and then like it took like a half a second for me to pick up a weapon, I was just like, I'm over this. I can't do it anymore. Like the bullet registration never felt like it was correct. And I'd watch Shroud do it and I'd be like, even he has to wait like a second and a half to see if a guy died. And I was so mad every time I died to someone. I'm like, this is all about bullshit. I like slam my desk. And I'm like, I can't play this anymore. I don't care if I die quick. I just need to know it's responsive. I just need it to be done and over with. Even now, I can't do battle royales. I can't stand like gathering weapons for like 10 minutes and then one dude like a quarter mile away just and I just die. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I just wasted my time.
Yeah, did you guys ever play H1Z1?
I did for a little bit.
Like twice, that's it.
Yeah, H1Z1 was like really fucking cool back then because I was like,
It's like fast paced, no? Like
yeah. You could like drive around in a car and just that's how Doc blew up. Dr. Disrespect was H1Z1.
As we're wrapping up here, what do you see like the future of Twitch being? Like, do you think it's going to continue going in this IRL like reality TV thing, or do you think it's going to come back to gaming as much, or what do you see happening?
I think it's going to be more.
Your wisdom.
I think it's going to be more show oriented, if you want my honest opinion. Like more like Austin type shows, like Mizkif with what does he have? He's doing the
School.
Yeah, school. I think all of that shit will actually probably be like where Twitch goes. It'll become more and more like just TV, yeah. But I do think that the space will still be open for any good gamer to like play games, you know, because when new games come out, everyone wants to watch pro players play games. You know what I mean? So it's like, but yeah, I do think the TV oriented type content is going to be like sort of the future, even in real life, where people do like stuff like set up a whole like thing like that. You know what I mean? Like I could see a game show like with a whole studio being like a thing in the future of Twitch.
Like Ludwig with Mogul Money. Have you seen that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's
think
that's how
Germa's
TV works
like,
nowadays. Is that there's a bunch of different shows, different networks and channels. They all have different things. Some do better than others, and yeah, it makes sense that Twitch is gonna excel in certain.
I think Miz even has like 2 shows now. Basically, the Miz Kiff Twitch channel is like a TV channel with a bunch of different shows. Like
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, the way he does it is like I think the way of the future. To be honest.
I just want to see more German Dollhouse. That's what I want to see. That was my peak.
He
that
did
was my
a Who Will
peak
Replace
Twitch.
Me. That was hilarious. I'm very hyped for those types of streams, just to see them in general. I agree with you that, yeah, that is the future. That's what gets a bunch of... Because it's just like the whole idea of having a high-quality team behind you and then also collabing with other big names that'll draw on viewers. Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, I just think that's the way of the future, man. Like, I think it's going to be just shows and people just doing, like, really interactive content with other creators. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's almost like it's like the meta, like how it was, like how people would watch like Hell's Kitchen or stuff like that. It's almost like, yes, you can watch Hell's Kitchen by yourself, but watching Hell's Kitchen with fucking chat is a completely different experience.
Yeah, it's a vibe. Watch, like, dude, when Bob Ross came out, like, when those streams were going off, those were some of the coolest streams ever. Watching, like, Bob Ross and, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Just really, really cool, unique streams.
It's going to be a happy little tree. Oh, my God, Boggy.
Pog!
It's another tree. Oh, my God. How does he do it?
You saw the Bob Ross stuff? That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Hell, I even grew up on Bob Ross. I used to watch that shit all the time when I was getting babysat. Dude.
He's just a happy little tree, dude.
Anyone that can just look at a blank piece of canvas and be like, yeah, that's a tree. And you're like, all right, Bob, how are you going to make this one? just slaps the canvas like his paintbrush 19 times as a forest. You're like, well, I missed a step. There's got to be more than that happening. It's
Yeah,
like, no.
Bob Ross is a fucking legend, bro. 100%.
I have a stream planned where I'm gonna get one of those like canvas things, and I'm gonna watch a Bob Ross video and try to paint it without pausing.
Oh, shit. That's like a great idea.
Yeah.
You need to get like 2 other people with you just to see like how it turns out and be like, oh yeah,
Mitch,
no,
we
this
can do
one's
it. We'll both do it. That'll be fucking hilarious.
most Bob Rob.
I'm down, bro. I'm down, 100%. Let me know when.
That'd be sick.
It's a good stream right there. Does this look like a happy tree to you? That looks like a tree with depression. it's like all flopped over to the side. How'd you even make it diagonally? It's a happy accident. Yeah, you had an accident on the canvas. The whole thing is messed up.
Mitch could just fling cum at it.
You've never seen this technique before, Bob.
All right, yeah. I guess wrapping up here, Mitch. Do you have any things you want to shout out, or any upcoming projects? Even something as simple as when's the next time you're going live, or something, or anything like that.
Oh God.
Probably next month, maybe the month after, I might go live. So that's like, I guess, something I could shout out or like look forward to. I guess.
Any platforms, your Twitch? Yeah.
Yeah. My Twitter is at Mitch Jones with a Z, and my Twitch is Mitch Jones, just as it is.
Thank you so much for being on this episode, Mitch. This was great.
No problem. I appreciate all you guys very much. Thank you for having me.
Nice meeting you, Mitch.
Yeah, nice meeting you too, Tubald. And thank you for the chat. I actually enjoyed this a lot.
But yes, if you watch this episode, thank you for tuning in. And if you listen, thank you for listening. We will see you guys next week. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fish Tank Podcast. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.